Hello everyone, it's a lovely day. It's a bit bright out. Oh, it's bright outside. I don't know why I'm telling you this. Anyway, this is a bit of a different video for me today. I'm doing something slightly different. Ended up getting into this like little Dexter's Laboratory thing. I'm inspired a little bit by one of the channels I follow, BigClive.com. Hello, loving your stuff. In fact, if I look out my window, I could, and I had really good vision, I could see your house from here, seeing as I'm on Morecambe Bay, pretty close to the place where we catch ferries out there. Anyway, I don't know why I told you that. Very, very strange. Anyway, what I'm looking at today are these power supplies, chargers for phones. Now, I've been a bit obsessed with these recently, basically because I have my kids round, they have tablets, I've got Galaxy S5, which is bloody greedy in terms of how fast it discharges, but then again it's in my hand the whole time, so that's probably why. I've got a few gadgets around the place, and I'm constantly walking from room to room, plugging stuff into chargers, keep my phone alive, so I'll plug it into the charger in the front room. If I'm sat on the settee over there, I'll have a charger plugged in on an extension next to me, so it doesn't go flat. You get really paranoid with smartphones and tablets these days about discharging them, especially if you're about to go out, because there's nothing worse than going outside and hearing the dreaded dee-doo, dee-doo, and your battery's about to die. Nothing worse than that. When I'm out in the taxi at night, my phone is constantly plugged into the charger. And anyway, I've got a few gadgets around the place that I use when I'm at work, when I'm at home, and so I kind of thought to myself, well, why don't I just get chargers for every, so like we've got 240 volt sockets all around the house. Why haven't we got 5 amp, 5 volt, 5 amp USB sockets all around the house? So I've sort of decided I'm going to basically buy as many as I can and plug them in everywhere. Get as many of these cables as I can. By the way, if you know of, I think it's called Poundland. We've got one in our local shopping centre in Morecambe. They've currently got these, which are 2 meters long. Incredible. You can charge with them. You can plug them into your computer and transfer with them, which isn't something you can always do with the cheaper cables. They only carry down these little connectors. Only 2 of them. Can you see inside there? Yeah, look at those 2 there. I'm not sure which ones they are. I think it's the middle ones, but I could be wrong. Someone's going to tell me I'm wrong in the comments if I've got enough followers to actually care about such things. Yeah, 2 of these connectors carry 5 volts. 2 of them carry data, I think, or anyway. So, but the cheaper ones, they don't bother wiring them up because it's like twice as much copper, twice as much cable, costs twice as much. Anyway, this thing is 2 meters long, which is bloody long. Look at the state of that. Look at that. I've got my shorts on again today. My Return of the Jedi. I look like bloody Jabba the Hutt. Anyway, 2 meters long cable for £1. How good is that? So when I do my sunsets, I'm going to be able to plug this thing into the cables straight over there where my computer sockets are plugged in, and put an adapter there, stick it to my shitty windows. By the way, if anyone from Morecambe's watching, is there anybody that's going to man up and do my windows for me and stick to the job and not give up after one go because you can't be asked to come back? Yeah, I had my windows cleaned once. By the way, I'm 3 floors up. I can't do it myself. Can't open the windows because it's 3 floors up, and I've got 2 little kids, as you've seen. So the landlord, in his wisdom, which I think is fair enough, there's the windows only open at the top, so I can't clean my own windows. It's got hinges. I could open the windows right out, but they've been disabled, so that they only open at the top, so I can't clean my own windows. I paid this guy to come and do my windows. He did it once, charged me 10 quid, dropped it off at his house, said I'll come back in 5 weeks. That was in March. I've never seen him again, but obviously he couldn't be bothered to come back. So I need to find another wind cleaner. Anyway, I'm digressing. Yeah, so we're having a bit of a power supply shootout. Shall I show you what I've got down here? Yeah, so this is, we're having a bit of a power supply shootout. Going from the left, we've got an old HTC power supply that I got with my first smartphone, which was a Desire HD. Second, we've got a Samsung, which I think I got with my S3, which I'm shooting on. There's a Samsung adapter that came with my, I believe it came with my S5, which is over there. This one is an Asda 6 quid special, which I was attracted to because it alleges to be 2 amps, which is a fast charger. This Samsung is a fast charger as well, by the way, 2 amps, allegedly. This is in chronological order. This is, sorry that it's upside down, but this adapter is a Sony adapter. I can read upside down. It's 1.5 amps. I bought it recently to power that, which is a Bluetooth speaker. It is bloody amazing. The sound of it is incredible. What is it? SRS X33, which is currently on sale, is in Argos for about 90 quid. But what an amazing sound. It's incredible. I use it in the taxi. It's on the dashboard and fills the car with luxurious sound, so I can listen to the strange shite music that I like. Anyway, so that's the Sony adapter. I'll just tap you to get you focused. And finally, I got this one last night. It was labelled up it was labelled up £6, but when it went through the till it was £4.50. But the special thing about this one is it's a dual charger for £4.50. So if you imagine that, £4.50 with a couple of those £1 cables I was talking about, that's like £6.50 for this. You can charge 2 tablets up, and it alleges that it's maximum of 2 amps, which I don't know if anyone understands why I'm saying the ampage thing, but the higher the ampage, the faster the charge, and that's the whole point of why I was doing this today, because something was telling me, my spider senses, oh, I don't know about this one. This one came, I think this came with a CCTV camera that I bought. That's 1 amp again. So I was starting to feel a bit like some of them were charging faster than others, and there's part of me that's thinking, am I imagining this? And oh, look at the state of that. That's silicone sealant on the windowsill that isn't stuck very well. That's really going to annoy me now. I'll tell you what, you can get off. Say hi, goodbye. Yeah, so I was feeling a bit shortchanged sometimes, because some of my chargers charge fast, some of them charge slow, and I'm thinking, is it because it's the 2 amp one? That's the 2 amp one. That's allegedly these are my two. These are the Cray twins of my chargers. These are the ones that I use if my phone's dead, plug them into there or into this one, because these are supposedly 2 amps. They say on there that says 2 amps there, two 100 milliamp. This one alleges that it's 2 amps. These are my emergency, get them charged quick. These are old, so these are 1 amp, 1.5 amp for this, and I don't know what this is, but it runs 2, so I assume they're 1 amp each. So anyway, this is the big test, because I downloaded an app for my phone called, what's it called? I'm going to do this, I'm doing this live, I'm doing it in one take. It's called, my battery's currently on 86% by the way, it's called Ampere. Ampere? Oh come on, Ampere, there it is. It's currently measuring, it's telling me that my battery is, can you see that? Because I can't see that. I can't barely see it. Just going. Measuring, here we go. Because it's discharging now, because it's not plugged into a charger. Well, it's plugged into a cable, but the cable isn't plugged into anything. Maybe that's why it's Measuring. Let's unplug the cable. Oh, there you go. It's going down by 450 milliamps per hour. That's how fast it's discharging. Battery level is on 85%. Yeah, I don't know what all this sort of stuff means. Anyway, let's go for the shootout. So the first one I'm going to plug into is the old HTC charger. Alleges to be 1 amp. Let's see what it does. And we're measuring. I'll read these results out in case there's a possibility that you can't see these because of the lighting. What's it doing? 1000 milliamps, maximum 1000 milliamps, which is what I expected. Okay, so that's that one. Unplug. Oh, and that said voltage 3.981 volts. I know that's the voltage of the battery that's remaining. Okay. This is the Samsung. This I think got this with the S3 that I'm filming on, and it's measuring. So 1000 milliamps. This next one is 690 milliamps. That's a bit of a crap one, isn't it? 670 milliamps, 650 milliamps. Why is it doing that? Why is it changing? Okay, how strange. 650. I wonder if it's the wire. I'll let you into a bit of a secret. I started doing this experiment in the kitchen, and that one was kicking out a much higher milliamp before. Anyway, so let's go to the next one. Let's go to the governor, number 1. This is Samsung. This is allegedly 2 milliamps. 2000 milliamps? 2 amps anyway. This is my super fast charger anyway. And this one is charging at 1200. Maximum 1200, which is half of what it says it is. Now, that's really interesting. Now, does that mean that, and I'm sure that if anyone's watching that knows these things, I've got a feeling that the phone itself draws the maximum ampage that it needs to charge the battery that's inside there. Hence, if you've got a tablet that's got a battery that's twice as big, then the charging system will pull in a higher ampage so it can charge it faster. There's always some tosser blowing a bloody horn outside. Who is it? Fuck off. Go and do it somewhere else. I'm making a video here. Right. Anyway, so that's you, Mr. 2 amps maximum, but not required. So let's plug it into this one. This is the Asda 2100, £6 this was. Oh, it's upside down. What do you expect for £6? And this one is pulling at 1100. How strange. Is it because it's 86? That's odd. 990, 940. I think this wire's dodgy. Hang on a sec. Hang on a minute. Is this the 2 metre one? I wonder if there's a leakage because it's a 2 metre cable. How strange. This is all a learning process for me. I'm going to unplug that one. So the 2 metre cable, it can't be losing power because of the length. Is that a thing? I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to plug this now back into this. This is a shorter one. I think this is an original Samsung cable because it's got little things stamped on it. Right, let's start the experiment again. Plug into the old HTC with an official Samsung cable. Just goes to show every link in the chain has the possibility of being a weak link, to coin a phrase. So what's this next one? Come on, come on, come on. Oh, 650. Maximum 800. 910. Oh, it's going up. Maximum, 1050. Oh, it's going up. 1180. Oh, what's going on here? This is interesting. 1200. So the cable is a good cable. Ah, cable. 1200 milliamps. that's the maximum it can take through that cable, which is interesting. Let's try the Samsung one. I bet this will be 1200 as well. Got a feeling, because I actually saw it do it before in the kitchen. Odd. It's the cable that has an effect on it as well. Right, what's this next one? 1200 milliamps for the old one. So that is as good as that one. And I suspect, I always thought that this one was slower than this one at charging, but it just goes to show, doesn't it? Let's try the next one. Samsung Governor 2 amps, allegedly maximum, but this is an official cable now, so this is the cable that comes with it. What it's going to do? Drum roll, please. 1200, maximum 1200. Oh, interesting. Right, okay, let's go over to the, remember to turn the power thing over. Asda Special, £6 this was. 200 milliamp. Let's have a look. So that 2 metre cable I was going on about before is not as good as I thought. And what's this one? 1100. 1100? That's half what it says it would do. That's very interesting. 1100. How odd. Right, so let's go for that one. Unplug you. And try this Sony one. I'm not sure which is the right way up. Oh, got it the right way first time. This is allegedly 1.5 amp. I suspect this is going to say 1200 because it's the maximum it can pull on this particular 1000 milliamp. Oh, I don't know what this means. 950 milliamp. What does this mean? 850. Something's taking the piss out of me here. I don't understand what it is. I think it could be my phone. My phone's taking the piss. Naughty phone. Right, let's try over here these dual chargers now. I'll try this one. Try the lower socket in case it makes a difference. Oh, it's bloody upside down. Let's try that again. Is it there? There you go, lower socket. Right. Let's see what results come back from this one. 1100. Okay, and I'm going to try plugging it into the upper socket, see if there's a difference. Let's see what this one says. This probably is the most pointless video I've ever made, actually. 1100. So it's 2 11s, 950. Forgotten. 12, 12, 12. So these are kind of all the same. That's the least powerful, and that's the most powerful. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what it means. Oh, should we try the CCTV special? I simply can't contain myself. It even looks dodgy. Look at that. It's a Chinese. I mean, they're all made in China, to be fair. All these adapters are Chinese, but I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Anyway, let's see what it's doing. (1,000 milliamps). Oh well, that one's most likely to catch fire though, because it just looks dodgy, doesn't it? I don't know. Does it look dodgy? If you took the label off the Samsungs and the HTCs, would you? Well, the HTC is nice. It's nice and shiny and curvy. The Samsung is glossy, but that's just down to moulding, isn't it? That's glossy. It's got a Sony badge on it, so that makes you feel good already. This Asda Special was £4.50, and it is shiny as fuck. So I don't know what. Oh, it's a Polaroid branded one, and guess where it was made? I can't even see that small. Hang on a second. Oh, and there's a little diagram on there, which I think you might be able to see, and it says 5 volt. That little thing tells you what the connectors do. So on the outside ones are 5V plus. The far right one is ground, which I guess is negative, and the middle two are data. Oh, there you go. Right. And it doesn't say where it was made, but I bet it was made on quality control passed. Thing is, I want to know where the factory is that makes quality control stickers, and if so, is there somewhere on here, is there a tiny sticker telling you that the quality control on the quality control stickers has been passed? Anyway, on that rather random note, I shall bid you adieu to you and you and you. Goodbye.